are very loud.
Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Bolingbrook Village Board to order. I'd like to begin to pledge our flag. I'd like to ask Bert Olson, our village attorney, to lead us to pledge the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Basta.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Here.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here. Approve the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Or they want to approve the minutes? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Trustee Watts, second Trustee Lawler. Any questions, comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. Approve the agenda. Mr. Odelson.
No additions or corrections, sir.
Do you have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion Trustee Watts, second Trustee Carpenzano. Questions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Reports of officers. First of all, I know that people watching this evening can't see it, but there's only 4 people sitting in the audience, 3 department heads and a reporter. The governor has revised the rules a bit that we normally operate under. That means we can have people call in from, if a trustee does not want to be here, they can call in. We have a phone rigged up. All the trustees are here tonight, but that normally wouldn't be possible unless this board decided to, and we decided to, we were opposed to it years ago when conference calls were ruled legal. I'm not sure that made sense or not. We don't allow it, but the governor now says we can. Also, we're trying to operate on the 10-person rule. Right now, we have 4, 8, 10, 12, 13 people here. They're all socially separated by 6 feet or more. We had some business to attend to tonight. One, we need to pay bills, and it's tough enough out there for the business community without us canceling a meeting and waiting another 2 weeks to pay the bills. I think we need to get our bills paid to help those people that have done work for us or sold us items. As far as having another meeting in 2 weeks, we do have one scheduled, or 3 weeks, I guess, whatever it is, the next meeting. Whether we'll have that or not is yet to be determined. This situation is changing not daily, but literally hourly. I've asked Ken Temple and Lucas Rickelman to head up the effort dealing with the COVID-19 or the coronavirus. We've done a couple of talks from this podium, including one yesterday. Most of what we're saying has been published somewhere already. When we do the next one, I don't know. We did add the transcript of yesterday's conference on the Facebook page today. But it is changing continually, and I have no idea what the future brings. I'm not sure if there's anybody who does have an answer what the future brings. We're literally playing it by ear, and we will let you know generally through Facebook. And one thing I brought tonight, and I brought signs for each of the trustees to please place this in the yard. We are going through the census 2020. This is the sign that was provided to us by the census people. We have about 75 of them will show up around town. I put one in my yard this afternoon. We would like for you to please fill out your census forms, encourage your friends to do so. People wonder sometimes about taxes. A lot of the tax revenue we get from the state of Illinois is determined by our population. Springfield collects cash and they distribute on a per capita or per person basis. So the more we have in Bolingbrook, the more people we show in Bolingbrook, the bigger check we get from Springfield, which lessens the amount we have to go to locally to generate. So please be counted. It's an interesting situation. The census form is pretty straightforward. There are a couple of questions. Where are you going to be on April 1st? Well, if your usual or general residence is Bolingbrook, if you're going to be visiting Florida for 3 weeks on April 1st, you still put down your Bolingbrook address. But it's going to be a mess because colleges have all canceled, the students are all home, and most college towns count on the student enrollment as part of their population. And they're all going to get, I think they're going to get hurt a lot because I doubt many students will think to put down their college address since, for example, if they're a senior and they graduated, they're not going to be going back to the college campus. So the freshman through junior year students will probably put down their home address at home here in Bolingbrook or Downers Grove or wherever, and the college towns are going to get really hurt on this population census. So please encourage people to vote, or I mean, not to vote, you have to be counted in the census. That's really all I have. Am I missing anything? Trustee comment report should be relatively brief tonight since the schedule is clear, right?
Maybe.
Just saying.
Possible.
Bill approval. Exhibit A, $1,386,733. Exhibit B, $567,663.20. A total of $1,954,396.20. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Edwards, second trustee Basta. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
The agenda tonight was queued up to be dealt with tonight. Many of the items were teed up to be dealt with tonight before this whole virus situation came about. So we're not meeting because these are necessarily critical to the future of the world. We're meeting because they were teed up to be dealt with, and I believe we have 9 votes to take this evening. The first is a motion to approve the purchase of a Ford through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative 1 hybrid sedan. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Trustee Jadwick, second trustee
Basta.
Basta. This motion approves the purchase of a replacement vehicle from Roche Ford through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative. The purchase is for a 2019 Ford Fusion hybrid. It's not for code enforcement, it's for the fire department. That was a mistake in the agenda. The vehicle will replace a 2007 Chevrolet Malibu. Do you have any idea what the mileage is in the Malibu? In future, if you include the mileage of what we're trading it with. The cost is $23,529, which is $2,400 under the budget amount of $25,929. The Public Service Committee has reviewed and recommends approval. Can I get a motion?
Yes, you do.
Question.
You have them.
This was approved at the Public Safety Committee earlier this evening, I believe. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Next motion to approve the purchase from Curie Motors through, by the way, the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative is a group of suburban communities that work together and bid things so we get a better price because there's a greater number of people involved in purchasing, so we use it quite frequently as we did in the last item. Anyway, this is from Curie Motors through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative for 2 one-ton dump truck with a lift gate and plow purchased through Monroe Trucks. Is there a motion?
So moved.
First trustee Lawler, second trustee Watts. This motion approves the purchase of 2 one-ton dump trucks through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative. Purchase from Curie Motors. Each purchase includes a power lift gate and plow attachment. The trucks will be used in streets and utility departments and replace 2 2004 one-ton pickup trucks. Now with the truck, more so perhaps than a car, the mileage is important. But again, it's a 2004 and it's 2019, so it's just simply an age issue on some of these. Plus, they spend a lot of time idling and sitting. The cost is $181,526 and is $17,360 under budget. Questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
First resolution this evening is a resolution approving a 1-year contract with Columbia Capital Municipal Advisors for the Village's Series 2020A bonds. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Basta, second trustee Watts. This resolution retains Columbia Capital as Village's financial advisor. The interest rates are historical lows, and the village has an opportunity to capitalize on these rates by refinancing the GO bonds, general obligation bonds, issued in 2002 and 2012. The village has accumulated a little around $6 million in surplus funds from the sale of land and stormwater contributions. The intent of those monies were to reduce our debt as we could, and that's in fact what we're going to be trying to do here. In keeping with the village's debt repayment policy, these funds can be used to reduce debt without extending the current term of the village's debt. The village can save $9,340,000, well, that's real precise, a little over $9,300,000 by investing $4 million $900,000. And after this refinance, the village's total debt would be down to about $257,000. Due to the uncertainty in the financial market, however, the staff and financial advisor will not be bringing a bond ordinance to the village for consideration until the market is stabilized. Because the Fed's changed the interest rate and other issues, the bond market right now is a little
Volatile.
volatile. Good word. Volatile. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Our first ordinance this evening is ordinance has an accompanying plan commission report. Approval of special use permit for a commercial recreation facility, Pioneer Badminton Academy, 586 Territorial Drive, Suite D and E. Shing Lu is the applicant. Is there a motion to accept the plan commission report? Motion trustee Jaskowitz, second trustee Watts. Are there any questions on the plan commission report? Plan commission reviews its development, makes a recommendation, approval or disapproval, and how it conforms with our codes and so forth. They're recommending approval. The motion is to accept it and place it on file. Questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Stands approved. Now we have the ordinance approving a special use permit for a commercial recreation facility, Pioneer Badminton Academy, 586 Territorial Drive, Suites D and E. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Jaskowitz. Shing Lu is seeking approval of a special use permit for a commercial recreation facility to use 12,048 square feet of tenant space at 586 Territorial Drive. This facility will contain 8 full-size badminton courts and support facilities. The Plan Commission is again reviewed and recommends approval. There were 3 gentlemen here tonight to talk to us if there were questions about this badminton facility, because they would not be able to fit in the room with the requirement of approximately 10, and that's, again, that's a guideline, that's not a law. The guideline's 10. So consequently, I told them that I didn't know of any controversy with this project, and that the questions we could probably answer. It's pretty straightforward, 8 badminton courts in an industrial building. I think they were in fact approved once before, but their plans fell apart for some reasons. They're back now for a new location on Territorial Drive off Remington Boulevard. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Lucas, would you make sure that Matt calls him first thing in the morning and tell him that it was approved? Next, we have Plan Commission report, approval of special use permit for a planned development to allow an adult daycare facility under the name of Capital Care, 235 Remington Boulevard, Suite L. Sherzina Khan is the applicant. Is there a motion to accept the Plan Commission? Motion trustee Capirzano, second trustee
Basta.
Basta. I'm looking to see what the noise was. Questions on the Plan Commission report? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting it, placing it on file, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It's approved. Now we have the accompanying ordinance, which takes that Plan Commission and puts it in ordinance form, approving a special use permit for a planned development for an adult daycare facility, 235 Remington Boulevard, Suite L. Is there a motion?
Second?
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate. Shazinia Khan, doing business as NPV Remington LLC, is seeking approval for a special use permit to allow an adult daycare facility. This facility would occupy 2,150 square feet of space at 235 Remington Boulevard, Suite L. The facility is aimed at enabling seniors to socialize and enjoy activities in a group setting. This is a daycare facility only, and with hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. The Plan Commission reviewed and recommends approval. We had a lot of questions when we met with them. Again, it's not any kind of assisted living or care. It's simply a place for seniors to go from 9 to 3 o'clock. And they'll have organized activities, I'm sure. And I believe they're going to be serving, well, they probably are serving lunch. I'm not sure now.
You mentioned Desi Diner, catering.
Yes, they said Desi Diner might be catering their lunch. So, questions?
I'm assuming it's going to be delayed because of what's going on as far as the opening goes.
I have no idea. I mean, that's up to them, but I don't see what's going on necessarily impacting this, but they may, who knows? But, anyway, any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
The next ordinance has an accompanying planning commission report, approval of special use permit for plan development with variances in the final development plan, Medcom Group, Bolingbrook, 135 East Mountain Road, Dr. Mohammed Zari, the Medcom Group is the applicant. Is there a motion to accept the planning commission report?
So moved.
Motion trustee Carpenzano, second trustee Basta. We're in the planning commission report?
It is, it's a plan commission.
We did that.
Yes.
No, we're doing.
We just did the motion for
Right.
that.
Okay, well, the planning commission reviewed this, recommends approval. Is there a motion? We have a motion?
Yes.
All in favor, accept the planning commission report? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Accepted. Now we have the ordinance to accept special use permit, approving it for a planned development with variances and final development plan, Medcom Group, Bolingbrook, 135 East Mountain Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Lawler.
Second.
Second trustee Zarate. There was a self-car wash at 135 East Mountain Road next to Grease Monkey that has been demolished. We're talking about Barber's Corners. The Medcon Group would like to construct a two-story, 12,000 square foot sign, professional office building on the site. The property is zone B2 community retail, so a special use permit is required. The ordinance approves SUP, special use permit with associated variances, and final development plan. The Plan Commission reviewed and recommends approval. Actually, Trustee Watts and I, with Dr. Zari, met with Dr. Zari about, I met with him about the building, but then we met with him, we went to Purdue University campus over in Hammond and talked to him about potentially doing some classroom work, particularly with STEM programs here in Bolingbrook. We met with him and his dean of the school. Very interesting afternoon, but we also talked about the building. This would be a small office building, which is probably a great use, I think, for Barber's Corners, Nash Street. That's right across from Bluebell Ridge, where they're building the senior homes. It has nothing to do with the medical office building necessarily, but it was a car wash. Unfortunately, Dave D'Alessandro bought it. He's the owner of Jet Bright. Dave bought it, frankly, to make sure he didn't have any competition. And anyway, immediately tore down the self-service car wash. The only thing that's left standing there is a car wash sign, which apparently a long time ago was put up on the neighboring property. So somehow we're going to have to be able to get the car wash sign down because, in fact, we'll probably ask the doctor to take it down. I mean, it's just removing it. But that thing was built back in the days when I don't think the rules before the rules were the rules.
Yep.
Questions?
Good.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Next, I have Plan Commission report, approval of special use permit to allow a tobacco store, 261 South Bolingbrook Drive. Mr. Sol.
So moved. Second?
Motion trustee Pasta, second trustee Zarate. Questions on the Plan Commission report? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting it, place it on file, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Plan Commission report's approved. Now we have the ordinance approving special use permit for a tobacco store, 261 South Bolingbrook Drive. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion
Second?
trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate. Tony's Finer Foods Enterprises, which bought the Pheasant Hill Shopping Center, would like to lease 1,600 square feet of tenant space in the retail center to be used as a tobacco store, which would be limited to the sale of cigars, cigarettes, and pipe tobacco. The store would be named Tobacco 261. Wonder how long they thought about that. That's the address. And would like to open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. 7 days a week. This ordinance approves a special use permit to allow a tobacco store. The Plan Commission reviewed and recommends approval. Back when Tony's bought that center, it was for the most part empty, including the former Food for Less. We talked him into buying, well, we didn't talk him into, he agreed to it, but buy the entire center so he can control his destiny. But the market's been very tough for retail development. And we talked to him at the time about other uses, one being a tobacco store. So he is, if he wanted to, I'm not a big fan of having another tobacco store, but it'll put lights on one of the storefronts in that building, and that would help that whole corner. So that's the Plan Commission approved it. We're recommending approval. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Next order is remaining Liberty Drive to Samantha Joy Way. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Bassa, seconded Carpenzano. Trustee Carpenzano. When Liberty Green subdivision was platted, the street was named Liberty. For some reason, staff didn't catch it, but we also already had a street named Liberty. So it was caught by the, who caught it? Will County 911 caught it, which is unfortunate. It should have been caught by planning staff, mapping people, by a lot of people, fire department, everyone. So how that ball got dropped, I don't know, but they've asked us to change it, so there's no confusion of 2 Liberty streets in town. So it's just being extended to the neighboring street, and in order to avoid confusion, when dispatching emergency responses, the street needs to be renamed. This ordinance accomplishes that. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
There's only three platted homes will be built on that short street, so it's not a big deal, and they haven't even been sold yet, but Pulte wanted to get it renamed so they could put them on the market.
Did Pulte come up with the name?
Next, we have an ordinance approving plat of easement for a water main easement and sanitary sewer easement adjacent to Royce Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, seconded trustee Watts. Elmer Chicago Stone is in the process of rebuilding Royce Road to elevate it out of the floodplain. In order to do this, an existing water main and sanitary sewer force main needs to be relocated. This ordinance accepts a 20-foot by 220-foot sanitary easement and a 35-foot by 469.62 feet water main easement from Elmhurst Chicago Stone for relocated utilities. That street road work is what? Is it closed effective tomorrow?
Yes.
Roach Road will be closed effective tomorrow. It's been advertised, there's been signage up. We sent a letter to every homeowner in the subdivision on Royce Road to tell them that. There are alternatives. People that know the area will figure out those alternatives pretty quick. But this is going to be about, I believe it's May 19th, it's scheduled to be done sometime mid-May. But after that's done, that road should not flood anymore, which will mean it will remain open even during heavy rainstorms.
4 8 by 10 culvert. 8 by 10 foot culvert for it.
Well, I just found out they're putting in 4 8 by 10 foot culverts. Got any pictures?
No, sorry.
Well, we can go on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Our next ordinance, amending Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code and increasing Class C8 beer and wine from 3 to 4 for German doing business as Tandika Ramon, 623 East Mountain Road, Suite 105. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Zarate. Jin Rahman, doing business as Tanika Ramon, is opening at 623 East Mountain Road, Suite 105 in the Promenade. The restaurant is seeking beer and wine. The ordinance increased the number of C8 liquor licenses from 3 to 4 to accommodate this request. I was disappointed when the Promenade put out their press release. They were closing and then buried down 3 or 4 paragraphs that the restaurants were still open. I asked it to be rewritten, that the restaurants were open, that the retail stores would be closed, because I thought they were doing a disservice to the restaurants. I don't know if that actually got done or not, but the restaurants in the Promenade are all open. But that's Starwood, the owners. Questions on this? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
The next ordinance regarding the part-time mayor situation is on here for discussion only. We do not have an audience tonight, so it's a little awkward for discussion. It was designed for public discussion or questions. I don't think we'll get any from the audience here this evening. Is there any other thing, anybody else say? We'll just continue it to another meeting? Not continue it, just put it back on the agenda another meeting. Questions, comments? All right, then we'll move to,
Mayor Claire, I have a question for you. There was one ordinance that I don't think we addressed.
What?
Unless it's my mistake, 20017.
Which one?
Another easement.
Grant of easement.
Chicago Stone. That's the Royce Road.
You got the one on the plat of easement, we need the one on the grant of easement.
Number 7.
Sorry? I got. All right, the ordinance on another easement, I probably, okay. Ordinance approving an grant of easement, Village of Bolingbrook, Delmer, Chicago Stone, Royce Road, same project. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Jazzowitz. In conjunction with the road project, there's another easement required. The village needs to grant an easement to Elmer Stone Company to allow for the construction of the culvert under the road. I'll bet there's 4 of them. 4 8x10 culvert under the road. The ordinance approves a 100-foot by 66-foot easement. I want to stress again, Elmer Stone is paying for this project entirely, so it'll solve a problem that's been in existence for, I think, forever,
Yeah.
of the road flooding. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Basta.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Just so somebody doesn't say I didn't read it, I'll read questions from the audience or press. Trustee comments, reports. Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. Bolingbrook Alerts is the Village of Bolingbrook tool for providing residents with direct emergencies and non-emergency information. Brooks Alert supplies residents with email alerts for incidents, conditions such as severe weather emergencies, hazardous material, traffic impacts, etc. Preparedness and being informed is key. Please subscribe by going to www.bolingbrook.com and checking the alerts box to receive alerts sent directly to your email account to stay informed. DuPage Township Update, March 23rd, 2020. Felix George Township Supervisor. The township procedures have been modified to continue to assist those in need, the infirm and elderly. The DuPage Township Food Pantry will remain open to serve Bolingbrook and will continue to accept donations. The drive-through food pantry is open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The food pantry distribution center is located at 719 Parkwood Avenue in Romeoville. Pantry contact number is 815-886-7986. Supervisor Felix George shared that it is important for the residents we know are still and will always be there to assist them in their most challenging times. Any DuPage Township resident in need of assistance in any way can contact the township for information. Township service required applications to be on file for financial assistance. And residents can access those forms by calling DuPage Township, and they will mail or email the forms for processing. We are conducting appointments via a phone so that to limit the person-to-person contact. The township has made accommodations to work through email and other available technology. For those who do not have access for electrical means, they will work through other ways to get them the assistance they need. Please visit the website at dupagetownship.com for updates, office hours, and department contact information, or call 630-759-1317. I would also like to say, for our Spanish people who live here in Bolingbrook, I've had them ask me a lot of questions, so I'm going to say this in Spanish. It's regarding the coronavirus. Para toda la gente que está pidiendo cuestiones del coronavirus, Nomás les quiero decir que tienen que estar bien, estar bien con ellos, saber que esto es importante para la gente. Tienen que lavar sus manos, las manos de los hijos. Es bien importante porque la gente está bien asustada ahorita y ellos me preguntan qué va a pasar en estos tiempos. Todos nosotros estamos asustados, pero aquí el mayor Roger Clare y todos los trustees de aquí y la policía y los bomberos están ahí para servir. Si tienen cuestiones, si pueden hablar aquí a la village de Bolingbrook, pueden venir aquí. Tienes que entrar por donde están las policías. La entrada está abierta, pero si tienen cuestiones, por favor, hable a la oficina del mayor y ellos te pueden ayudar. Como dije ahorita, van a tener comida. Si necesitan comida, yo sé que en estos tiempos las personas no están trabajando y tienen hijos, necesitan que comer. Si pueden llamar, el número es 630-759-1317. Por favor, llama porque sí hay comida para ayudarles y es todo lo que tengo. Y que Dios les bendiga y nosotros estamos aquí para servir. Gracias.
First, I want to thank Mayor Clare, Director Teppel, Director Rickelman, Director Caholone, and the departments, all the employees for their efforts in continuing to provide effective services to the residents of Bolingbrook, and keep us up to date on all the information that's coming in from federal and state agencies, and making sure that we work hard to stay safe. The only suggestion, and Mayor Clare said this very well, look out for each other, stay safe, don't do anything to harm your fellow residents, and make sure that you keep yourself in a safe situation. That will help all of us. United Way of Will County has established and enacted their disaster crisis protocol, and there's going to be information. I'll give you a phone number, but this information is also going to be on the website. It's a 24/7 helpline operated by Crisis Line of Will County. For anyone in need, 815-722-3344. They also have a couple of websites for those who need services and those who want to donate. So this will be on the village website, bolingbrook.com. And for those of you who are having challenges keeping up with having children back at home or keeping yourself entertained, Fountaindale Public Library is offering resources. Even though the building is not open, they're offering online resources and a variety of activities. So go to fountaindale.org/fromhome for more information about that. Thank you.
Good evening. Community Service Council is currently closed but scheduled to reopen on Monday, March the 30th. If you need immediate assistance, you can call 815-886-5000. CSC is currently providing services for individual and family counseling, as well as housing and financial services. They are here to assist in this time of need. Also, the Red Cross is running short on donors. If you're healthy, feeling well, and eligible to give blood, please call 1-800-RED-CROSS or go to their app. They are currently in dire need of type O donations. Thank you very much.
All right. Big thank you just to two local restaurants that really have stepped up. Danny's Pizza opened up at the Promenade, opened up under difficult times, but they have agreed to purchase actually lunch and even some dinner for the night staff over at the hospital. They stepped up, as well as Chick-fil-A in Bolingbrook. They did that already. That was, I believe, Monday. So a big thank you to Chick-fil-A and Danny's right new at the Promenade for stepping up and helping our frontline folks at the hospital. Also, two really neat initiatives that are kind of out there in the social media world. One is a Shop Bolingbrook message. The other one is an Eat in Bolingbrook message. I highly encourage you, if you are a small business owner that's still open and can be open, and or a restaurant that's doing carry-out or to-go orders, use those resources. They're out on Facebook. They're also out on a landing page. You can go to bolingbrook-events.com and kind of join the movement as we all band together, try to help those restaurants that are still open. One final thing, a big thank you to everyone who stepped up and offered up iPods and crafts and cards. I've seen several of them floating around. These were for Meadowbrook Manor, Revere Court, Atria, Heritage Woods, all kind of notes of kindness to our senior facilities who have been shut down basically from the exterior during this time. So a big thank you to everyone who stepped up and helped with that. That's all tonight.
One request is, at the last meeting, I asked for an agenda item regarding the village clerk, and the trustees voting to approve that, and it wasn't on today's agenda, so I'd like to see it the next time we meet.
Well, wait, let me address that. We provided you with the ordinances which established it 30-some years ago. We also had a budget meeting last year when that position was in the budget, so it's approved in the budget for this year. And we can discuss this if you want to discuss it at our budget hearing workshop, which will be sometime in 2 or 3 weeks. But the vote was taken last year when you approved the budget.
But it's also a separate municipal code regulation, and that says a trustee should have a separate vote on that.
Did you read the ordinances that we approved?
That's the way. You're talking about the budget?
No, the ordinances that were sent to you outlining the whole history of this position.
But it's still,
Did you
I'm
read
going
the
by-
ordinances?
I would like to have it on the agenda. That's all I'm asking.
Well, it's already done. Read the
For
ordinances.
things that are in the budget every single time we have a meeting. We did today, we voted to pay bills that were already in the agenda, or in the budget. We voted to buy equipment that was already in the budget,
Well,
after we already voted for the budget.
the position
A
was
year ago.
approved specifically in the budget. Did you read, one more
We'll talk
time,
about that offline.
did you read the ordinances that were sent to you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll accept that.
All right.
Anyway, point made.
On the coronavirus, I appreciate what's being done here in the village, especially by Public Works and Public Safety. You're doing a great job. As a resident, as well as a trustee, I encourage everybody to stay safe, do what's recommended as far as social distancing, washing hands, and so on. The biggest thing that I see that disturbs me is when you go to the grocery stores and you see people wearing the plastic gloves and stuff like that when they shop, but instead of tossing them in receptacles to get rid of them, they're just tossing them on the ground. And the parking lot is full of plastic gloves or masks and stuff like that. And it's not fair to the grocery store employees to have to deal with that and pick that stuff up. If you're wearing it and you're using it, you should be the one to dispose of it. So please use common sense and be safe. Thank you.
Good evening. We have 2 churches here that are still conducting their food pantry, so we want to make everyone aware of that. That is New Hope Baptist Church at 509 East Briarcliff Road. They conduct them on the first Monday of each month. And we have the Compass Church at 151 East Briarcliff Road. Telephone number 630-739-2824. And during this time, as we know, many churches are going to online services. So that is our response to the COVID-19 crisis. I too would like to thank staff and our leadership for all that they've done during this time. Even through the crisis. Whenever I've had a question or a request, it's been handled very promptly by our department heads. And so I want to thank you guys for your service, and our mayor, who's taken the time to work with staff to put out regular updates to our community. It's greatly appreciated. The way our community has come together has been very impressive. We've had restaurants, residents, churches, businesses reach out to say, hey, what can we do to help? So extremely impressive of how we've come together during this time. Let's continue to do that. The silver lining is that we have an increased family time, hopefully for those that are not needing to go into work. Let's appreciate that, and let's take advantage of the extra time with family. And if you feel stressed out due to all the crisis matter and overflow of the crisis, please reach out for help. Thank you.
We have no executive session this evening. Just one more comment about COVID-19. It's changing daily. I spent a good portion of the day with staff entertaining questions about how come and a woman came by tonight and wanted to talk about the number of people in the grocery stores. Grocery stores are considered essential service and will remain open. There's people are buying excessive amounts of some kinds of products. We've all read that. Simply like to ask people to buy what they need, and when you're in the grocery store, please keep in mind the new phrase that's created, social distancing. That means try to stay 6 feet or more away from other shoppers. That's hard to police. We don't have a policeman that's going to do that. We're not doing traffic stops to see if you're on the highway or roadway for a less than essential purpose. We're just trying to work for compliance and cooperation. We're all doing this a little bit, a step at a time. I feel very badly about what I'm hearing about New York City, which is apparently going to get hit pretty hard. We'll see here what happens to the curve, so to speak, in the next couple of weeks. But a lot of information out there. We'll put it out there as we get it, but you're seeing it every day in press conferences held by numerous people. Anyway, I closed my 2 other briefings with stay calm, stay safe, and stay home. It's not particularly exciting. My wife was quarantined with her 90 and 88-year-old parents in California. She can't travel. She's been there for a month. It's probably going to be there for another month. So I'm living at home, and I just hope Comcast doesn't go out. I mean, there's no place to go. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved.
Motion from trustee Watts, second from
Second.
trustee Lawler. Other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.